Great morning, business owners and managers, and welcome to another awesome episode of CX in the Morning, Customer Experience in Your Morning. I am your host, Wes Walters, and on every single CX in the Morning, I bless you with customer service tips, customer experience tricks, and I bless you with gems. And by gems, I mean actionable takeaways that you can implement at the speed of now. You will learn the importance of implementing an awesome customer experience and how that affects the bottom line. And that by itself is pretty awesome. That's why this is awesome TV. This is Wednesdays with Wes. How have you guys been? Happy hump day. How has the week been so far? I'm not talking about how you feel. I'm talking about the metrics. How does the metrics say that you're doing? How is business? I know I haven't seen you guys in a while, so we're trying to get caught up. Of course, we're serving our clients, our paying clients at a world-class level. So we had to cut back on the frequency of the shows. Normally, we would do the shows on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So now we have trimmed back to just Wednesdays until we get caught up serving our ideal clients, because that is the purpose, to serve at a world-class level. The free stuff are just our way of adding value to the marketplace and giving back when we can. But of course, the most highest priority is serving the paying clients. So that's what we do. And it was becoming very cumbersome in having to allocate Monday and Friday, an hour on Monday and an hour on Friday just for the show, and perhaps possibly an hour before or 2 hours to prepare for the show. So that time could have been used to, that time can be used to serving the clients. And that's what we decided to do as a company, to utilize it. Not saying that we're not going to go back to Fridays and Mondays. We're not saying that at all. But for right now, until we get caught up, we are going to just do Wednesdays. All right. So cool. So as you can see, the title of this show is Surprises and How They Affect the Customer Experience. Surprises and how they affect the customer experience. And this comes because I visited, is this my favorite fast food? First of all, you shouldn't have a favorite fast food. That's an oxymoron, because fast foods are bad. But this is probably the most frequent fast food restaurant that I visit. Most frequent fast food restaurant. Let's just say this is my son's favorite fast food restaurant. And ironically, when this happened, he was not with me, because, and I don't think he knows this is happening right now, because if my son knew this was happening, it's the end of the world. All right. So anyway, I visited my son's favorite fast food restaurant, and I ordered a 4-piece nugget. All right. Only to discover that there is a shortage on their special sauce and all the sauces, all the condiments. So normally you could order a 4-piece nugget and get 25 special sauces. It doesn't matter. They're like, hey, take as many sauces as you want. We're buying this at bulk anyway. This is nothing, right? But to my surprise, I placed my order and got to the window, got my 4-piece nugget, and I looked in the bag. There was only one sauce. And I asked, I said, hey, at the first associate, I told him that I needed 2. And the associate looked at me and said, well, we can only give 1 now. And I automatically knew this was a joke. I'm like, okay, this is a prank, because this fast food restaurant is by far the most friendliest and most giving and benevolent fast food restaurant out there. Anything you ask, it's my pleasure, my pleasure. They are just, when it comes to customer experience, and I talk about this company all the time, so you know who I'm talking about. Their default answer is yes, and they'll figure it out after. Can I get yes? And so when the associate looked at me and said, you can only have 1, I automatically knew he was joking. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, no, really, let me have another one. And he was like, no, I'm serious. You can only have 1. And I was like, what? And he was, chest face. He was like, do you want to speak to a manager? And I was like, yeah, I want to speak to a manager. I was like, hey, can I get another special sauce, please? And she said, no, because there's a shortage. We can only provide one sauce per order. So I said, hold up. You mean to tell me if I had ordered a 32-piece nugget, I would only get one sauce? She said, yes. I said, if I had ordered a 12-piece nugget, I would only get one sauce. She said, yes. And in your situation with your 4-piece nuggets, you only get one sauce. I said, wow. Now, I said, well, normally if I wasn't hungry, I'd have been like, you know what, give me my money back. And I'll circle back around in a week when you guys no longer are experiencing a shortage. But it was only a 4-piece, and I can make it work. But I tell you this, if this was my son, he would have been in the back seat just crying, and because he doesn't like special sauce with his nuggets. He likes nuggets with his special sauce, if you get what I mean. So it's like with a 4-piece nugget, he needs 4 packs of sauce. Like it's dipping. It's just dipping pandemonium, right? So I made it work, but my son would have never made it work. Nah, he's like, no. But anyway, my point is, what I didn't expect from this particular fast food, because again, like if you watch the show, I praise this fast food chain because they are the best when it comes to customer service, the best. So because it's in a negative light right now, I won't mention the name because, as you know, I only mention the name of the shows when it's in a positive light. In this case, it wasn't in a positive light. But what they should have done. So here's the gem of the day. Customers only like surprises when they're positive surprises. That's the gem of the day. Customers only like surprises when it's positive surprises. If the surprise is a negative surprise, then you want to get ahead of the error and let the customer know. So this is what I expected from this fast food chain. The minute I got into the drive-through, the person taking my order should have said, hey, FYI, courtesy, heads up, we are behind. Not we're behind. We're running low on condiments, and each customer is only allowed 1 condiment per order. They should have said that before and give the customer the option to say, hey, I want to stay. I really want these nuggets or these fries, or give them the option to say, hey, no, I can't eat your nuggets I can't eat a 12-piece nugget with 1 dipping sauce. It's not going to work. But in this case, this chain did not do that. And again, I was surprised because this chain of restaurants are like the best when it comes to customer experience, customer service. So I was surprised that they did not get ahead of the surprise. I was surprised that they did not get ahead of the surprise and let the customer know in this situation. But my point is, if you're a business owner manager, you want to get ahead. If you want to give a surprise to the customer, which this was a surprise to me, you want it to be a good surprise. You don't want it to be a bad surprise. In this case, it was a bad surprise. So it's almost like I felt cheated. I felt like, okay, because I only discovered that there was a shortage on condiments after I had already paid and I had already waited in the line. Now, for most drive-thrus, there is an option to, once you get in the line, if you decide that, hey, I no longer want my order, or there's an emergency, or someone is in labor in my passenger seat, you can pull off and drive around the drive-thru. In this case, that they did not give me that option because I had already paid, and I wasn't gonna drive off with my money. So I stayed, and I was only surprised after they gave me the food. I felt that this restaurant should have let me know that there was a shortage before and gave me the option to say, hey, you can stay or you can leave. That's the gem of the day. It's almost like there is nothing wrong with so here it is. Not myself, my kids go to Six Flags, right? My kids go to Six Flags, so there's nothing wrong with Six Flags, and I actually like Six Flags. There's nothing wrong with Six Flags until you go to Disney World, right? So telling the customer about the shortage is a great idea, and it's okay. It's if you like Six Flags. Now I like Six Flags, but Six Flags, you can't even use Six Flags in the same sentence from Disney World. So letting the customer know ahead of time is like Disney World. Giving them the surprise is like Six Flags, especially if your customer service, if the food is good, they're probably going to stay anyway. In this case, I stayed. So not letting them know is like Six Flags. Letting them know is like Disney World. Now, I don't even think, now there's nothing wrong with Six Flags, again, because I like Six Flags. But I don't even think you can't even use Six Flags in the same sentence with Disney World. I don't even think there's a Six Flag in Orlando. There's no Six Flags in Orlando because I would venture to say there's not even a Six Flag in the entire state of Florida. I need to do the research. I don't know. I know there's a Six Flags here in Georgia, in Texas. There's Six Flags in a lot of places, but I don't even believe there's a Six Flag in the entire state of Florida because there's Disney World. Six Flags, you can't compare Six Flags. Six Flags is nice, but you can't compare it with Disney World. It's not even in the same caliber. So that's the equivalent, as an example, is if there's a surprise, you want to let the customer know ahead of time. You want to let the customer know ahead of time. When you're delivering the product or the merchandise or the food, that is not the time to let the customer know, hey, by the way, there's no special sauce. So the gem of the day is that customers love surprises, positive surprises. Customers do not like negative surprises. Again, I'm not going to hold it that bad against this chain because they have a track record of great food, and I like their food, and my kids like their food. But in the future, moving forward, my son's favorite fast food restaurant, if there is a shortage, and we're not coming back until I'm definitely not taking my son there because it's over. He's not going to eat it without 30 packs of dipping sauce. So until the shortage is over, we're going to put an embargo on this restaurant. We're not going to come back until the shortage is over. So that's it. This is a real quick show, in and out. Just that customers do not appreciate surprises if they are negative. Customers love surprises that are positive. Surprise happy birthday cake, surprise discounts, surprise upgrades. That's the type of surprises the customers like. And as a business owner and manager, you can deliver those type of surprises all day, day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's the negative surprises that rub the customers the wrong way, that customers don't really appreciate. All right? So thank you guys for tuning in again to another awesome episode of CX in the Morning. If you have questions or if you need help implementing anything that you've seen today, like if you need help learning how to implement some of the surprises into your business, simply go to workwithwes.com. Yes, all you got to do is go to workwithwes.com, and someone from my team will reach out and we will be able to assist you and serve you in helping you implement the surprises that you need to wow the customers, because the customers want to be wowed. Yes, that is your goal as a business owner and manager, is not only to deliver on the basics, but to wow the customers in the process. All right. So I will see you guys again next Wednesday. Again, it's Wednesdays with Wes. We're only doing Wednesdays right now until we get caught up with all of the content that we had. We have lots of content and we have customers to serve. So paid customers get priority over the free stuff. But see you guys on Wednesday. Love you guys and peace.